Welcome to In Her Voice, a podcast created for women who listen to and live by their deepest wisdom, their inner voice. This was made for you, the woman who feels pulled to more, to lead, to create, to dream, and to be a world changer. My name is Kelly Covert, and I am an inner voice coach. Join me here each week as we explore what it means to reach for your inspired potential, all while honoring your worthiness each and every day. Hello, everyone. This is Kelly, and you are listening to In Her Voice. Thank you for being here today. And I should also say thank you for being patient. I actually ran into a friend of mine who is a listener, and she said, "Oh, I haven't heard your podcast yet this week." And I said, "That's because I haven't put it out yet this week." So here I am, a little bit late, and I thank you for waiting and, for reminding me that it does actually matter to you and that you do listen. That really means a lot to me. So today I have a story to tell you. And the story is about permission and creativity and courage and success. And all of those things really go hand in hand, I believe. We can't have one without the other. And all of them can be defined by you. And so my story that I want to tell you today has to do with something new that I created, that I felt my inner voice asking me to bring into this world. And as always, when I listen and I have that creative spark, things flow. Things flow quickly. My ideas come. I'm able to follow through. I'm able to execute. It seems almost effortless when I'm in that zone. And I'm so thankful for that creative spark that I have in my life. That's how I feel also when I'm podcasting. And I love it. I love that feeling. And once the thing is done, I sometimes get scared to share it, because what if people don't like it? What if people don't want it? What if people think it's a dumb idea? What if? There's always a what if. And I feel that the older that I have gotten and the more things that I have put out into the world, I've actually gotten more scared to share them. And this is why. For a really long time, the way I defined success for myself was how much money I made. And especially when you run your own business, there's so much pressure to measure success by how much money you're making. And that's pressure from the outside world, and admittedly pressure that I put on myself. And in the past, when I've created things, either I've created things that are free, like this podcast, which is awesome and I love it and I would never change it. So, there was no pressure to make money, because this was also always intended to be something that I did for free as part of my business. But when I started creating things like last year with the Enoughness Planner and with workshops that I run and things like that, when I started creating those, this pressure to be successful in terms of how many things that I sold really came up for me. And the funny thing about it is I don't really know what amount or what number of books that I would need to sell in order to feel like I made it, like that I quote unquote hit one out of the park. Because I don't know, I didn't really think about it. I just felt like I would know. And then when I didn't know, then I thought, well, maybe people don't want this, which also I think is ridiculous, because people tell me how much they love it. the Enoughness Planner, people who have bought the Enoughness Planner, who've bought multiple planners, tell me all the time that they use it. And that means so much to me. And this year, I've really tried to begin to honor my own definition of success. And I think I've shared this before on the podcast. For me, success is twofold. It is about creating impact, one person at a time. And it is about creating a life that nurtures and nourishes my soul. And I have to be really honest with myself about the things that nurture and nourish my own soul. And the truth is, the things that nurture and nourish my own soul may not look like traditional terms of success. And when I started to accept that, I started to realize, oh, well, I don't have to measure my success in terms of finances. I don't have to measure my success in terms of like X amount sold. And yet, when I created this new thing, and I'm going to get to that really soon, I started feeling that pressure. And so I have written for you a new little book/journal, and it's been available for almost a week. And this is the first time I'm really sharing about it because I was scared. And what I did to help me get over that hump for myself, and this is something that comes straight from the enoughness practices in the Enoughness Planner, is I wrote myself a permission slip. And I have it right in front of me. And the permission slip says, I give myself permission to put what I created into the world. And it's signed Kelly Covert, and it's dated. And this little slip of paper, I've had it on my computer for the past few days. It doesn't give me any kind of special power. It's not magic, but it's an intention that I set for myself, and it's something that I gave myself. I give myself permission to share what I've created. And by giving myself permission, I'm also giving myself permission to have it not matter. I know that it's there for someone, and I create impact one person at a time. And so it is not lost on me. The irony is not lost on me that what I created for you is a little book of pocket permission slips. And I'm not making up this story. Maybe you think, oh, you're just making up that whole story to share that you wrote a permission slip for yourself. No, I am sharing this because oftentimes the things that I create for others are things that I create for myself too. I've been using permission slips for a very long time to give me courage to do the things that are scary or hard or outside of my comfort zone or outside of expectations that I or other people have set for myself. And it is a really powerful practice. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a little notebook, a little journal that is tiny that you could keep in your purse, or it could sit really easily on your desk and you could pull it out, write a quick permission slip, tear it out, and go your way. And that's what I did. I made this little tiny thing for you. And as I was making it, something magical happened. I was just going to make one that had permission slips for lots of different things. And then I realized I have so many. I'm going to make one for each category. So the first, give yourself permission, pocket permission slip book is out and available. And this one is specifically for self-care and compassion. And it includes 29 pre-written permission slips that you can go through and find the perfect one that you need. And then it includes 10 blank ones, so you can start writing them for yourself as well. And there's also a little notes section on each permission slip, so you can keep track of maybe some thoughts or worries or concerns that you had, why you felt like you needed to write that. And also you can write the dates. So once you start using the book, you can go back and see how things went. And I made this for you, And I made it for me. And I gave myself permission to share this with you, to be brave, to have courage, and to know that success is not defined by how many I sell. That doesn't mean I don't want to sell any, but I want to sell them to you and to your friends because I think that they will make a difference in your life. So I gave myself permission to be transparent with you today, to share this story with you, because we all have something we're creating that feels vulnerable. What if I put this out in the world and people don't like it? It's not just me. I know that we all have things. We all feel this way about something. It's a tender spot that we think, if I expose that to the world, what will they say? Quote unquote, they. What will they say? What would they think of me? And sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to move forward anyway. Because I truly believe that we were put here on this earth to create, to bring our unique voice into the world, to say things in only ways that we can say them, even if it feels like it's been said before. It's never been said before by you. And so I share the story today for two reasons. Number one, to let you know that if you have this thing that you've created, something you've been doing, something that you've been thinking about, something that you've been wanting to say, it's time to give yourself permission to put that out into the world. Because I'm sure that someone needs to hear it, or someone needs to see it, or someone needs to hold that thing in their hands. And secondly, if you feel like you would like to practice giving yourself permission with an easy tool, I have one for you. Give yourself permission. So if you want to check it out, I am selling it on Amazon along with my Enoughness Planner. And like I said, I do have more permission slip books coming that will feature different categories. There's going to be one coming up for entrepreneurs and another one for mothers. Oh my gosh, moms, don't we need it? And I can't wait to share all of those with you, but I didn't want to wait one more day to let you know that I made something. So if you want to check it out, you can go to my website, kellycovert.com/books. And that is where you can find links to all of my journals and planners. And more than anything, I want your takeaway from this podcast to be that what you have in your heart really does matter. It really does make a difference. And I believe that it was put there for you to share. It wasn't an accident that those thoughts or that thing or whatever it is that you do was put inside of you. It was there. It's there for a reason. I believe it with my whole heart. So I hope that you can give yourself permission to put it out into the world this week, this month, this year, because it really does matter. Remember, you are worthy.